Hey everybody, this is the first time I'm ever doing something like this on my own, when I'm not at a show. Um, so please forgive my lack of experience in doing this. All right, I've only ever done shows, done a live video at a show, and this is something that is relatively new to me. So please forgive me for this. I just wanted to take a few minutes to talk to everybody out there on in Facebook and Instagram and everything about Course 6 Media and Stand Adventures and what's going on. As you all know, was the writer and creator of Stan's Adventures, which, we started off with a bunch of different people trying to draw it. We ended up with Latique Curry, who did a fantastic job for the very first issue. And we released it in December of 2019 at LibCon West. And then the world shut down and the pandemic hit. And we literally sat on the 2 years that we did nothing. And that's my fault for not stepping up and doing something more for that. Years pass, and then I got to talking to Scott Shehi, who runs Tribe Comics here in Phoenix, and he offered to do the second issue. And the board and I decided to do that. And so Scott took over for Latique, and we did issue 2. And it came out great. Scott was a better fit for the story, and Latique understood that, and he knew that, and I will ever be grateful for Latique for doing the first issue. Scott and Joe Flores, who did all of Scott's coloring and lettering, they did an amazing job for issue 2, and then issue 3, and we have issues 1, 2, and 3 out, and we tried a couple Kickstarters. They didn't work out. And, I'm on disability and I work part-time, and I was paying Scott and Joe out of my own pocket and everything. And we were in the middle of doing a prequel story for Bungwalla, and when Scott passed away, and this was sudden, and it was shocking, and everybody was reeling because nobody knew what was going on. Nobody knew what had happened. I had talked to him the week before, because his mom had just passed away, and that was shocking for him. And to find out literally a week later he's gone. So Stan's Adventures got put by the wayside, and it's probably going to stay by the wayside until we decide that it's ready to come back. And I don't talk about stuff a lot because I'm just private. I've made some posts in the last couple months. We did a tribute book for Scott, which came out freaking amazing. I love it. Al Sparrow, a local guy here in Phoenix, did one of the alternate covers. Here's this cover that Joe did. It was a repurposed cover from one of their books. Here we have Scott on the back. I miss this guy. His birthday was just the other day. Happy heavenly birthday, buddy. I miss you. I really do. But, I've been lost without Scott. I've been lost without my support system that I had with Course 6. Everybody has gone and they're doing their own things, and I understand, but I'm kind of lost and I don't know what to do. And I've got some other stuff that I've been writing and I've been working on. Um, Waiting on some art for a book that I've been working on for about 28 years now, 29 years. It's older than my kids. So I would like to eventually get that out there someday. But, I've been thinking about doing a podcast and talking to other creators, either here in Phoenix or around the country, who have disabilities. I know I'm not the only one. I know a bunch of my friends, after I posted the other day about this, people have messaged on the thread on my post. It's like, hey, count me in, anything you need, I'm there. So, I'm thinking that, a comic book discourse with creators with disabilities is kind of a way for me to go right now. I'm not expecting a huge amount of people to want to watch me talk to other people. I don't know. I love to talk, and I think it would be a lot of fun to talk to other creators and find out, their ins and outs on how they deal with their disability and their creation content, how they make their content and what they do and stuff like that. And, it's a big step for me. I'm not so much used to being in front of the camera, only because of my self-consciousness of my disability. As for those of you who don't know, 14 years ago, I had a stroke. I lost all vision in my left eye. I used to wear really, really thick Coke bottle glasses back when I was little, from age 2 up until junior high when I moved to contact lenses. I've had detached retinas in both eyes. I guess I just have a punchable face because I've been assaulted numerous times, and I've had other detached retinas because of that. But when I had the stroke, I really, really got depressed, and I went into a very, very dark place. And for that, I got the diabetes. So, with the diabetes and being overweight, it really didn't help. And that was when I decided that I wanted to go back to comic books. And we formed at first Shatterpoint Studios, and then we changed it to Core 6 Media. And then, I did my very first show in 2016 was the Tempe Library Con. We didn't have anything other than a print of Stan and Bungawala that was drawn by Heather Moffat, the first artist who worked on the book. She helped design the characters. Heather, if you're out there, thank you so much, for, 10 years ago, wanted to help us, and I really appreciate it. I had a print and I had a flyer about what we were trying to do, and then I had my heart attack and I died. I had 2 of them in the span of a couple of days. And it was during that time that we got the news that we were going to be at the time, Phoenix Comic Con. And that was 2016. And the artist at the time, Amber, drew a bunch of prints for us of our brand new character. We still didn't even have a book at the time. We just had prints. So, it was a really, really rough time. And, excuse me, I'm getting a little parched here talking. I don't normally talk on my days off. But it was tough. It was really tough. We eventually got issue 1 out. It took us a while, but, we had fun doing it. And I still would like to do comic books for the visually impaired. You know, the audio comics that was our initial goal. And I will, you know, understand that programmers are not cheap. They're expensive people. And not being able to pay the people that I need to pay, it gets me depressed. It really does. And, you know, so the back burner right now are the audio comics, as much as I still want to do them. And I have a great group of people that are the voice actors for Stan and Vera and Bungwala. And, you know, everybody else, it's just not feasible right now. So maybe down the line, we'll come back to Stan's. But right now, Stan's is kind of off to the side. I think this podcast or video show, whatever it is that I want to do, with creators and the disabilities, I think that would be amazing. You know, I've reached out to a couple people and they're like, put me down. So I think, once I figure out how to do all of this live stuff, or at least how to record, I think I'll start doing that. You know, maybe I'll talk to some of you at Fan Fusion or even Free Comic Book Day, you know, talk to you and just, you know, reach out and see if you guys are interested in being talked to for a little bit, you know, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, however long we go. Because I've always been a fan. And most of the people that I talk to, that I know in the industry here in Phoenix, I was fans of them before I became a peer. And I'm still a fan. I still fanboy over Ben Glendenning and Jeff Pena and Val Hochberg. Okay, I'm name dropping. Okay, I still fanboy over you guys. You guys are the greatest. I love you. But you know, who knows? You know, maybe they'll want to be interviewed by me. Maybe they won't. I don't care. You know, at least I'm reaching out and I'm trying something new and different. I just want to do something creative, and I think this is something creative that will help me get out of my depressive rut that I've been in. You know, I mentioned a couple months ago about not being able to afford my meds. That's thankfully has been taken care of. You know, my new insurance has been able to help me, and I'm back on all of my meds now, and my blood sugar has been under control, at least most of the part. But you know, I just wanted to take this few minutes and reach out to the people that, you know, that have supported me for the last 9 years, 10 years. I'm still thinking about you. I'm still here. I don't know if this is going to be cool or not. I'm still trying to figure it out. And it's a new path. And I've seen a friend of mine who has survived some major trauma and moved away and found a new life for themselves, and I love it, and I see how they're doing. And sure, their channel is small, but I get excited when I see notifications that they've posted, and I try and watch as much of their content as I can to support them. And even one of the other guys that I've been a fan of, that I've wanted to work with for a long time, Bill, he showed me his channels and what he's doing, and it just kind of inspires me, and it makes me want to do this. So maybe, you know, not sure when, but I'm hoping it'll be sooner rather than later. If anybody wants to talk and reach out, you are more than welcome to. But again, if you want to order this Scott Shehi tribute book, please just reach out and message me. This cover is $15. The Al Sparrow cover. If you guys want to wait a minute, I can dig one out real quick, because that one is just as cool. I don't know where they're at. They're all down here somewhere. I should have had these right out. Here it is. I found it. All right, Al Sparrow, thank you again. This is his cover. It's a tribute to the JLI, Justice League International. You know, again, we have the back with Scott on it. And it is a reprint of the Comic Bug, #1. Stan's Adventures, #2, because that was the first one that Scott did for us. And where's the other one? Stan's Adventures was kind of long. Where is it? Where is it? Come on. I know I got it in here somewhere. Here we go. Armadillo Bros, #1. Yep. So, you know, yeah. So this one's $20. This one's $15. Next show that I know I have is Drawn to Comics Free Comic Book Day. I'll be there. I'll have some of the pizza boxes, which Scott had done 15 for me, and I've sold 3, so I've only got 12 left, because he had finished the last 10 of the first 25, and I don't know what happened to those last 10, so technically I only have 15 left. They'll be filled with Stan's Adventures 1 through 3, Goons R Us 1 through 3, stickers, coaster, a magnet, you know, all sorts of stuff. Yeah, so I'll have a few of those with me at Drawn to Comics Free Comic Book Day. If you are interested, come on down. But yeah, I'm not doing very many shows. I keep missing deadlines. I missed Birdie Valley last weekend. So I know the next one is definitely Free Comic Book Day in May. Again, if you want any of this stuff, any Stan's Adventures, any original art from Scott, I have some of his original creations, and then I have pages from Stan's Adventures 1 through 3, among other unused art that he did as well. So just reach out to me if you're interested. Let me know, and I will show you. We can do a video call, and I can show you what I got. I mean, I still have a crap ton of fan art prints that he did, original art regarding those as well. So yeah, just shoot me a message, and if you're interested, I will be more than happy to take time. I literally work 2 days a week, Sundays and Mondays, so I'm off and available Tuesday through Saturday, anytime during the day, night. You know, if you want to come over and have a glass of whiskey, you're more than welcome to do that. If you want to come over and help me paint miniatures, you're more than welcome to do that too. But I just wanted to reach out and say thank you to everybody, and that I love you. And again, if you want to chat or anything, just reach out, message me. I'm always here, unless I'm working. So have a good one, and have a blessed day.